Hello, this is NFL Rumors Daily Quick Hits. Welcome today, and we got some really good news to go over with you. With some of the rumors that we got today last night, Devontae Adams, who took some questions on Twitter, and one of the questions was about Aaron Rodgers and if he'd live in his neighborhood. So, and he wanted him to live in his neighborhood. So that was one of the questions that he got. But also, besides that, there was some more reports that came out that Devontae Adams has been pushing the Raiders a little bit to go and acquire his friend Aaron Rodgers. So we know that he really came to the Raiders to play with Derek Carr, his college teammate. And but looking at that, Aaron Rodgers, he played with for many years, has a great relationship with, and it seems like Devontae really wants Aaron to play in for the Raiders. So that is really, really good stuff there. So possibly we could have Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders. So very interesting. The other one is the Jets. When you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, a rumor that happened that was posted from the Pro Football Network that it looked like that the Jets will go all in their GM for Aaron Rodgers if it's a possibility. So very good stuff there. Exactly everything that we're doing. So some really big Aaron Rodgers news today. So that is one of the big topics that we're really covering that went on today. Another one, the Texans introduced their head coach, which is the Miko Ryans. Done it with just like he always does with class. Said he liked to have some players like J.J. Watt. Said it was an easy decision choosing the Texans over the Broncos. We got some Kyle Pitts news. Kyle Pitts is on schedule from his recovery from his injury for a torn MCL. So good news for Kyle that he's back, getting ready to come back. Right, so that's really good news there. And Kyle Pitts is definitely somebody that has a lot of talent. So when you're looking at that, that is some big news there. Some of the other rumors that we had is Patrick Peterson is not expected to return to the Vikings. That really didn't surprise me too much because he did have some negative things to say about Kirk Cousins as the season ended. So it did not surprise me to hear that rumor about Pat Pete. So, but he will be a big key free agent. He's one of my top 50. So I think he'll be a good free agent and land on a good team. We might do some of his links there, maybe in a little bit. One of the things that Drew Brees said about his new coach Sean Payton was he thought he would really get Russell Wilson on track. So that will be yet to be seen. So very interesting news there. Some of the other things that we have is JuJu Smith-Schuster will have a chance after this season to really get paid on a multi-year deal. Some of the teams that we think that could be interested is the Giants, the Ravens, and the Bears. So those are some teams to watch out for. I expect all three of these teams as well to be in the DeAndre Hopkins situation for trades. I do think DeAndre Hopkins does get traded in the offseason. Um, One of the other things that I think with DeAndre is he wants to play for a winner for sure. I really believe that, and I think when you look at some of those, I know the Patriots has been linked to him, the Titans have been linked to him, the Ravens, Giants, just a few. So that's very interesting to look at. The Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy's going to call his own plays. So not surprising. He'll probably bring in an OC. It's going to be more of a like maybe if it's a running back coach or to help him with the plays, but he will be calling his own plays, and he's going to use the Green Bay playbook. So the Cowboys also said that they want Ezekiel Elliott back. Want to talk about Matt Ryan a second. Matt Ryan will end up being a salary cap cut for the Colts, which will give him a lot more cap room. But I would not surprise him ending up in San Francisco because of his relationship with Kyle Shanahan and That way he can be a backup to Trey Lance, because they're going to give Trey Lance the keys, and we'll see what Trey can do. But he has had some glimmers of some great things, so be very interesting to see what Trey Lance can do there. He's coming back well there from his injury. Want to talk about the Colts for a second? Um, some conflicting reports. The Athletic is saying that Jeff Saturday is not the number one guy. CBS Sports is saying that he is. Mike Garoppolo of an NFL Network also said he was. So multiple reports saying a couple of different things there. I really do feel Jeff Saturday is the number one guy there. I don't do. Does he get hired? I don't know. Right? I don't know if that Jim Irsay will take the heat on that to get hired. Um, some of the people he's looking at is Eric Bieniemy from the Chiefs. Looking at Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, Rich Bisaccia, the special teams coach of the Packers, and the interim head coach of the Raiders. In my opinion, he should have been the head coach of the Raiders because he really did well. So it'd be interesting to see if Derek Carr might have an appearance for the Colts if Rich gets the job. And another thing about that, guys, is Gus Bradley's already there with the Colts, so Rich will probably definitely, if he gets the job, not hire DC because you'll have Gus already there. So that's some really good stuff there. And one last thing, officially hired. Vic Fangio is, a lot of people reported different things on that as well. But Vic Fangio was hired today by the Dolphins as he'll join that. He'll reunite with Bradley Chubb. So that will be interesting to see what happens there with that. And one last thing I got, and sorry about that, is Kyler Murray. A lot of people are saying that the coach has not been hired because of his contract situation being linked to Kyler for so long. Hard to say about that. Kyler's a very talented quarterback. Also, the Cardinals are looked at the Bengals defensive coordinator. Now they've done a second interview with Aaron Glenn. So Aaron Glenn getting some good stuff going on with him. A former player of the Jets. So definitely something to look at. But the big news, big rumors going around, of course, it's that time of year for Aaron Rodgers. Will Aaron Rodgers go to the Jets or will he go to the Raiders? Or will he come back to Green Bay? He did say today that San Fran was out of it, so we know that he wouldn't have been traded to the NFC anyway. The Packers has already said that. So there are other teams that's involved for sure. There are going to be a lot of teams in the AFC that will call the Packers, but the Jets and the Raiders are right now the Jets and the Raiders are the favorites, and I think it will be very appealing for the Raiders, Aaron Rodgers, to go there because if you think about that, he gets the team back up with Devontae Adams. And definitely, I think he might go change the scenery. The Packers didn't include him so far on any offseason stuff that so far. So that's interesting too that he said on the Pat McAfee show. So interesting stuff there. We got a lot of things going on. Want to tell you tomorrow, make sure to tune in to our weekly podcast with Tanner Pfeiffer. Tanner does a great job with us as the host. Great young man. He's going to do some big things in this NFL world, and one of the big things is definitely has a lot of good insight. So Tanner, join me and Tanner in the morning as we're going to do the live podcast. Come in, ask us some questions, interact with us. Really happy about having all of our fans do that for sure. One of the other things, too, don't forget to subscribe to this NFL Rumors channel. We break a lot of these rumors out early in the off season with your teams. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell us what you think. If you have any questions about, where your team's going to do in the off season, I'd be more than happy to answer those. I actually answered some of those today. So make sure you come and jump in, ask some questions, but as always, we're glad to have you here. We're blessed to have you here. Definitely sending positive vibes to everybody. And, with everything going on, definitely your number one place to be here in the off season. And really happy that all of you joined us. And just remember, subscribe, like the channel, come and visit on Twitter and chat with us. The one and only NFL Rumors.